The honorable judges, my fellow friends, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. For the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this word would never exist without His almightiness. The God of all freckles of the dust, to the vastness of the universe. Thanks and praises to Him for all the things He has granted to us. And may we not forget our salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, along with his families and his fellow followers until the end of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, in this happy and blessed moment, we are gathered in this lovely place, where in the next few minutes, I would like to share my perspective about the role of Islamic students, the Islamic youth in developing Indonesia. To begin with, I'd like to ask all of you first, do you know General Sudirman? Have you ever heard of Imam Bonjol? What about Bung Tomo? Who are they actually? Yes, you're right. They are the heroes of Indonesia. And for your information, they were Islamic students. Brothers and sisters, what comes to your mind when you hear the word Islamic student? Are they the people who only learn about Islam? Or maybe the people whose activities are just reading book, memorizing Qur'an, and praying? Or the people who live in a humble place and work hard to fulfill their needs? No, those are wrong perspectives. Islamic students are the people who learn more about Islam and implement it in their daily life, so they can make this world better than before. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an Islamic student. Before I became an Islamic student, many people say that, I'm sorry, I could be a homosexual by being an Islamic student, because I live in a place where I'm surrounded by men, no woman at all. They also said that I could be claimed as a terrorist, because many Muslims nowadays are claimed as terrorists. But after I registered to an Islamic boarding school and become an Islamic student, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very much, because in there I am taught how to be a good Muslim there. I am taught how to live in a simple way. I am taught how to interact with other people nicely. And I am taught how to be the leader of this country. It shows that the Islamic students are really taught to be the agent of change who can lead this country to its glory based on the Islamic rules. Brothers and sisters, we know that the country which is the biggest Muslim population is Indonesia. It is stated that the Muslim population is about 85% from the total of 257.9 million Indonesians. This huge number should be able to make this country become a great Islamic country. But, unfortunately, you can see the facts that are happening now. Robberies are happening everywhere, and most of the robbers are Muslims. Many innocent girls are being raped, and most of the rappers are Muslims. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, those Muslims who do those horrible actions are the Muslims who never learn about Islam. They only get their status as a Muslims because they were born from Muslim parents. Those people are only becoming the citizens rush. They never read Qur'an and learn its meaning. So they do whatever they want without thinking its impact to themselves, to the nation, and to the religion. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia, we need someone who can change this horrible situation that is happening in this beloved nation. We need someone who can raise the good name of Islam in the eyes of the world. We need someone who can be the role model for all Muslims, so that people will know how good Islam is. Ladies and gentlemen, so who else is going to be the person that I have just mentioned other than Islamic student? We are the only one who can bring this country to its glory based on the Islamic rules. Because we have been taught about Islam and how to manage something perfectly and rule someone strictly. And the question is, what can we, as Islamic students, do to develop this country? Here are some ways that I think we can do. First, learn more about Islam. Read Al-Quran and As-Sunnah more and understand the meanings. Because the guidance for every Muslims are Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. Therefore, the characteristics of a true Muslims will be built in our souls, and we can become a greater Muslims. Second, implement all the teachings that we have learned in the Islamic boarding school in every aspect of life. Teach the citizens about Islam and show them the attitude of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, since he is the best man ever created. Through this way, people will understand that Islam brings happiness, peace, and mercy, not violence nor war. Last but not least, after we have understood Islam perfectly, and we have shown to people how Islam teaches us to live in the right way, we have to go to the next level, which is the leading people to the right way. We have to be the leader in every aspect of life, especially the leader of this country. Because only through this way, we can make this beloved nation to be a great civilization that is feared by all of its enemies. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, nothing will be changed until someone changes something. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in the Holy Qur'an. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Inna Allaha la yughayyiru ma biqaumin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Which means, verily, Allah will not change the situation of one tribe until they change their situation by themselves. Quran Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse 11. Ladies and gentlemen, without Imam Bonjol, nobody will stand against the Dutch policies. Without Bung Tomo, Indonesian will never get spirit and bravery to fight against the Dutch. Without Jenderal Sudirman, the Indonesian will never be able to wipe the Dutch out of this country. And without Islamic student, the Indonesian will never be the Indonesian that we know today. This country is the responsibility given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to protect it and mention it laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, we as Islamic students play a big role in succeeding this mission. Don't wait for Indonesia, because Indonesia has been waiting for us. Thank you very much for listening my speech today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.